Hello and welcome. If you're over 40 and you started thinking, being a bit more intentional about your brain health, I want you to know right off the bat you are not alone. It's totally natural to look for ways to protect our most vital asset as we get a little older. Today, in this explainer, we're diving into something genuinely empowering: how the everyday choices we make can actively nourish the mind and support cognitive longevity. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's explore this together. A lot of us start noticing subtle changes as the years go by. Do you forget small things more often than you used to? Maybe your concentration feels just a little bit weaker than it did a decade ago. Or maybe by mid-afternoon, your mind simply feels incredibly tired. Well, I really want to emphasize that these experiences are incredibly common. It is completely normal to notice shifts in your memory, focus, and mental clarity. But, acknowledging those shifts, that's actually the very first step toward really supporting your mind.
Now, here's something absolutely crucial to keep in mind, and honestly, it's a huge message of hope. Your daily habits powerfully influence your brain health, and one of the most vital, controllable habits of all, it's nutrition. Think about it. Despite its small size, the brain is actually one of the most energy-demanding organs in your entire body. It burns through roughly 20% of your daily energy. That's a massive amount, so it constantly needs specific nutrients to run smoothly. Over time, the foods you're eating are either actively supporting your brain or, well, kind of slowly working against it. Throughout this explainer, we're going to walk through everyday foods that can help support memory, focus, and healthy brain aging. Now, these aren't magical cures, but practicing small, consistent nutritional habits, that can make a truly meaningful difference.
All right, let's jump into part 1, the building blocks, fats for brain structure.
Let's consider fatty fish for a second. Things like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These are absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids. And this is a big deal because nearly 60% of your brain is actually made of fat, literally. It relies heavily on these specific healthy fats just to maintain its physical structure and to keep the rapid communication between your brain cells firing on all cylinders. Research actually suggests these omega-3s might help support memory and overall cognitive health. Yet surprisingly, a lot of people just don't get enough of them. And then consider the walnut. Walnuts are loaded with healthy fats and antioxidants, and kind of playfully, they even look a bit like a human brain. Swapping out highly processed snacks for a handful of walnuts is a super easy way to provide incredible structural support for your mind.
Moving on to part 2, the defenders: antioxidants and cellular protection.
Now, to really understand why we need these defenders, we have to know what they're actually fighting against, and that's oxidative stress. Picture oxidative stress like rust, slowly forming on a bicycle that's been left out in the rain. It's a natural physiological process happening on a microscopic level inside the body, and over time, it can contribute to aging and cellular damage. The key here is that we need to neutralize that rust, and we do exactly that by giving our bodies antioxidants. Think of them as the daily defense force for your aging brain cells, stepping up to protect them from everyday environmental wear and tear. So, what are your daily defenders? Well, first step, blueberries. Blueberries are so unbelievably rich in antioxidants that researchers sometimes actually call them brain berries. Studies show the compounds in these little berries might actually help brain cells communicate better and assist with overall cognitive function. Plus, they're wonderfully easy to add to your routine. Just toss a handful into your morning oatmeal, a smoothie, or some yogurt. Next, we've got leafy greens: spinach, kale, collards. These greens provide vital plant compounds that are strongly linked to healthy aging. The problem is, modern diets are usually pretty lacking in these veggies, which can eventually drag down mental performance. But adding a side of greens to your meals really doesn't have to be complicated. Small, consistent additions of these defenders create incredibly powerful long-term habits.
Next up is part 3, the engines, sustained energy and healthy circulation.
Let's talk about eggs. Eggs contain nutrients that are just absolutely vital for brain health, and the big one here is choline. Choline is an essential nutrient because your brain literally uses it to produce a specific chemical messenger called acetylcholine, which is directly responsible for memory and learning. Pretty amazing, right? On top of that, eggs are a fantastic, practical source of protein. And maintaining stable energy levels is absolutely essential for mental clarity. You know those highly processed, sugary foods? They give you a rapid energy spike, but then comes that terrible crash, leaving you feeling totally mentally foggy. Eating balanced meals that include protein helps give you that steady energy and sharper focus to power through your day.
Now, these two engine foods might actually surprise you. First, dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me right, dark chocolate. It contains antioxidants and compounds that can actually support circulation and brain function. Now, moderation is key here, of course. We're talking about small portions with a really high cocoa content, not sugary candy bars. Second, we have avocados. These are rich and healthy fats that do wonders for your overall cardiovascular wellness. And this is deeply connected to your mind. Why? Because the brain completely depends on a steady flow of oxygen and nutrients right through your bloodstream. Simply put, foods that support your heart and promote healthy blood flow are directly supporting your brain. Healthy living isn't about rigid perfection. It's about balance, like enjoying a square of dark chocolate or adding some creamy avocado to your lunch.
Which brings us to part 4, the holistic reality, the bigger lifestyle picture. Because the truth is, no single food is going to guarantee a flawless memory or magically stop aging. Healthy brain aging comes from a really beautiful synergy of lifestyle factors. Good sleep brings essential overnight restoration. Physical activity bumps up blood flow right to the mind. Keeping mentally stimulated encourages new neural growth. Staying hydrated sustains your daily energy. And managing stress, that provides vital protection against cognitive wear and tear. Nutrition is profoundly important, no doubt about it, but it's just one piece of this beautifully interconnected puzzle. All these factors work together, hand in hand, to support your focus and clarity over the years.
And that brings us to a very comforting reality. Brain health is built through small, daily choices. Not massive, extreme overhauls. Not stressful perfection. Just small, consistent improvements that you practice over time. Drinking just a little more water each day. Eating a few less highly processed foods. Simply including more of those nutrient-rich meals we've been talking about. Prioritizing your sleep. And just making sure you move your body. I really encourage you to start paying attention to how food affects your body personally. Like, do you notice a mental crash after eating too much sugar? Does your focus feel a bit sharper after a balanced meal? Tuning into your own body's signals is a remarkably powerful way to naturally guide yourself toward better health.
Please, do not assume cognitive decline is just an inevitable part of getting older. Healthy aging isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about maintaining the quality of those years. It's about preserving your clarity, your focus, your energy, your confidence, and ultimately, your independence. Your mind deserves that support, and the food you choose to put on your plate each day, it might play a far bigger, much more positive role than you ever realized.
If you found the information in this explainer helpful or even just a bit encouraging today, please take a quick moment to like it, subscribe to the Renewed After 40 channel, and share it with a friend or a loved one who might benefit from hearing this too. Our whole focus here is on practical, natural ways to support brain health, vision health, and healthy aging overall, and we'd be absolutely thrilled to have you join our community.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final, absolutely vital thought. Your brain is still capable of growth, still capable of strength, and still worthy of care. You hold the power to nourish that growth every single day. So as you plan out your meals this week, ask yourself, what is the first small choice you're going to make today for the mind you want to have tomorrow? Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself. Be well and take really good care of your mind.